Hi, I'm Alex Jensen. I work with Local Futures, an organization promoting locally based alternatives to consumerism and promoting economic localization. Wanted to talk about the connections between zero waste, anti-plastics, and globalization. Today we know that well over 300 million tons of plastic are being produced per year, driven largely by the expansion of gas fracking all over the world. This is where plastics begin, with fossil fuel exploration and extraction. On the other end, we have the packaging industry and transnational food corporations that are pushing more and more plastic around the world, surrounding the junk foods that are being peddled into more and more countries. This is being facilitated in turn by free trade treaties and economic liberalization policies that allow unfettered access for transnational food and supermarket corporations to enter and dominate more and more countries, undermining local economies, cultures, and environments. Studies have found that free trade agreements with countries like the US are associated with a significant spike in soft drink and junk food consumption. Thanks to this process, the global sale of packaged foods continues to expand, reaching trillions of dollars. Besides displacing local, traditional, and much healthier foods and marginalizing local agriculture, this is contributing significantly to the global plastic waste crisis. Everywhere you look in the world today, from cities to the remotest villages, shops are saturated with these junk foods, and you'll find their plastic packaging waste in every conceivable environment. The plastic waste crisis is a reflection of corporate power and globalization. So I think there are important and necessary synergies between the zero waste movement and movements that are fighting gas fracking and other fossil fuel extraction, and also the petrochemical industry, where plastics are actually created, but also with those movements that are fighting against corporate globalization, free trade agreements, and the opening up of more and more markets to penetration by destructive transnational corporations like Pepsi, Coke, Nestle, Procter & Gamble, etc. In other words, the companies that are consistently identified as the worst plastic polluters in the waste brand audits. There are also important convergences between zero waste and the food sovereignty movement, like Via Campesina, the largest peasant movement in the world, to promote relocalization of food systems, which are by nature zero waste, or at least very low waste and low plastic. We can't simply modify and tweak the existing corporate-dominated food system to be a little greener, or, for example, lobby corporations like Coca-Cola to package their junk in refillables. That won't do, because we're dealing with the global epidemic of so-called non-communicable diseases like diabetes and obesity. These are better named diseases of corporate globalization, since they are primarily driven by the power of transnational food companies. So merely reforming their packaging is woefully inadequate. I believe we need to go deeper and beyond that, and align with the food sovereignty movement, which is fighting against corporate free trade, agribusiness, giant supermarkets, and so on all over the world. I think these alliances will make for a stronger movement on both sides. Thank you very much.